This is David from Powermetal.cl. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, thank you. It's a lot of work. The tour preparations are going on, and they're going well. And yes, a lot of things have to be organized, but it could be worse. I could have just released a shit album, but we've released an album that gets great reactions. And
So your first
the tour pre-sales are going well, and shows selling out, and well, life is really, really pleasant these days, I have to say.
Yeah, your first #1 album in Germany. How does that feel?
Well, I would lie if I would tell you that it doesn't feel good, but my life didn't really change, because the most important thing is that the fans seem to like it. And to like it a lot, I have to say. I am happy with the album, but I have to say I was as happy with The Mysterious Time and with The Scarecrow, and that happiness and satisfaction that you have with an album is not really depending on the chart position. It's and also, it could be. It doesn't really help if everybody runs into the stores and they buy the record. The sales were really good, but if they don't like it, the good thing was, in week #2, we were still 3 in the charts, and in week #3, we were still #9, or we are currently #9 on the charts still. So that means the fans really like the album, and people are talking about it, and I'm very, very, very happy with the album. And of course, it made me proud. I think my mother liked it when she heard that I'm #1.
Yeah, that's very cool to hear. I have to tell that I was very surprised by Mille's appearance in Book of Shallows, and I think it's the heaviest Avantasia song ever. Have you considered inviting other extreme metal singers in the future?
No, I don't really think so much about the future, That was I have thought so much about the future in the past 20 years that I almost forgot to remain a free artist enjoying the moment.
Yeah.
That's why I don't think so much about the future now. Mille, we had talked about it before because he's a friend of mine, and I am really excited about new elements in the music, not forced, but when it happens naturally. That's really exciting, and I'm always open to do things that surprise me and excite me, because that's what music is all about. As an artist, you should never do what people expect, just you can sell it. It should be more about your own fulfillment and your own excitement. And Mille and I, we have been friends, and I've always had great respect for Creator, and he's always had respect, I think, for what I do with Edguy and Avantasia. And we have spoken about it many times, but that doesn't mean that, I plan, doing another album with a black metal vocalist or whatever. It's not. I am more into melodic music, I have to say.
I know.
More the Iron Maiden, Ronnie James Dio, Def Leppard guy.
I understand.
But I like Mille. I have to say, I really, really like it, and I like the results. He's amazing. But what I like about Mille, I have to add that, is also many times when I hear grunted vocals or growled vocals or whatever they call it these days, it's a lot of it is fashionable, and people do it because everybody has it. There are a lot of these gothic bands that have a beautiful singer that looks very gothic and beautiful, and she sings like Tarja Turunen. And then they have, a guitar player who just spits into the microphone and screams and shouts. It's very fashionable and artificial. And Mille is the real deal. He's the original force of nature. And that's what I really like about it. It's honest and authentic.
Yeah, I completely agree. And what about The Raven Child? It's a very long and epic song. Where did that inspiration came from?
I have no idea. Songs just come, and you just sit there. Songs are, most of the time, they are a reflection of what you feel in yourself, musically and mentally. Also, you let out your whatever you have, what you need to get off your chest musically and lyrically. And The Raven Child was one of these songs. I think the first parts of the song were written maybe 5 or 6 years ago. But sometimes it's the wrong time for the right song to be finished and continued. So I had a feeling that I couldn't do the song justice when I didn't have an emotional attachment to it at a certain time. So I put it aside 3 or 4 or 5 years ago and returned to it because all of a sudden it opened up to me. And I said, okay, I have to change a little bit here and there, and I have to write that Celtic intro. And you start at some point with a song, you have an initial idea, and then it builds itself piece by piece and brick by brick. And it develops in all different directions, like in one of those horror movies when there's this one horror movie series where the ghost house increases itself and it builds more and more wings like a castle, and it it's a very eerie thing, building itself, becoming a live entity of its own. And that's what happened with that song as well. And sometimes I just don't want to interrupt it, and I see where I go, and at the end I didn't plan it to be 11 minutes long, but it happened. And with our type of music, fortunately, I'm an independent artist. I don't have a giant company behind me. I have a record company, but they are the distributor. I have my own, I am the boss, so they are just the distributor of the music. So I can make the decisions, and I'm happy that I'm not one of these corporate music businesses that have to deliver something in order to feed a machine. I just could go, and I went to Nuclear Blast. The funny thing is I even said, I want this to be the first single, because I think it's a very, very good idea. It gives fans a good idea of what the new album is all about, that it's not easy, accessible music, that it's something that you have to really dedicate yourself to and spend some time with and chew. It's nothing you can just swallow while you're half asleep and half narcotic. It's something that you have to really want to delve into and chew and pay attention to. And that I think was, The Raven Child was a perfect example. So I said, I want this to be the first single. Yeah. And of course, the record label went facepalm and said, no, please.
Yeah, that's a very
But I said, okay, what do we have to lose? Radio is not going to play it anyway, so it doesn't matter if it's 3 minutes or 15 minutes. It doesn't make a difference.
Yeah, especially nowadays with only online stuff. But I wanted to ask you about the upcoming tour, because it's coming in a couple of weeks now. And now we know the list of musicians who will join you, and we noticed that Kiske is not going to be there. And can you tell us who's taking part of the difficult task of singing his parts, because that's a really tough job?
Well, I'm going to do some of it. Jeff Tate is going to do some of it. We have a very, very amazing wonder weapon in the background vocals, Adrienne Cohen, an amazing female vocalist. She is really, really, really extraordinarily talented and so diverse. She can pull off anything, and of course, we have so many songs that right now it's rather difficult to squeeze in everything we need to play, then worry about a certain passage that cannot be done by anybody but Michael Kiske.
Yeah.
I mean, songs like Reach Out for the Light, I will do it pretty much with somebody else. I don't know who else will going to join me in Reach Out for the Light, but on the record, I have sung Reach Out for the Light myself as well, except from the chorus. And, but, we'll get it done. I'm really sad that Mickey can't be part of the tour, but I have to say, it's always, there's always a way to do something different and do it good. And we will not have any excuse. We will go out and put on the greatest Avantasia show we can put on, and it's going to be a great show. And, I just talked to Mickey yesterday.
Yeah.
We are in touch. It's it's all good. So, but it's he wanted to rest a little bit after the last Helloween tour.
Yeah, I understand.
We understand that.
Yeah.
And That's why we do our thing without him this time.
Yeah. So one question outside the Avantasia world, did you get to see their Helloween reunion tour, and do you think you had a part in that happening?
Well, I saw it on TV. I saw one of the TV broadcasts. I wasn't there personally, but I saw it on TV, and I was proud. And I don't know if I had something to do with it. I was there when they first met each other. It was in France, backstage. Mickey always says it was in Sweden, but it wasn't in Sweden. It was at Hellfest in France, 2016, in summer. And no, it wasn't 2016. It was 2000. Was it 16 or 13? I don't know, but it was Hellfest anyway in France. I think it was 13. 13 it was. First time they met. And I don't know if I've got anything to do with it. Yes, maybe because it was when Kai and Mickey went on tour with Avantasia in 2010, and they did Unisonic together.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
The Unisonic drummer was coincidentally the one of the managing guys of Helloween, so it was all coming together. I think it would have happened anyway.
Yeah.
But maybe we speeded up things a little bit.
Yeah. So yeah, thank you for that. So let's continue with the tour. Like you'll be visiting Chile for the 4th time with Avantasia now in May, and is there something special about the Chilean audience who made you come back this time?
Well, you know, they are loud and they are crazy, and I think the first show in South America was it either the first South American show I've ever played. I don't know if it was the ending of the first South America tour, or it was the first show in South America. I think it was the ending of the tour of the first one. That was the first time I was in Chile, and it was great ever since I was there for the first time. We were always welcomed with open arms, and the crowd is great. They are very into it. You know, in a way, it's really funny because Santiago reminds me of Europe a lot. But at the same time, you're so hot-blooded, and it's great. Great city, great crowd, great audience, and great metalheads. And also, the Caupolicán is a place. It's like a second home. I think every time I played in Santiago, I've played at the Caupolicán.
Okay,
it's
cool.
I know the whole place, every single corner.
Yeah, I know what you mean. So, but what would you tell those who are like still figuring should they see the band again or not? What's new in the tour now? Surprises.
Well, it's going to be a new stage production. It's going to be the first time Jeff Tate is going to join us. It's going to be the first time we're going to play a lot of Moonglow, which is a great album. And, you know, it's going to be a great show. And it's going to be a show that you have not seen before and most likely will not see again. So it's what's the reason to go see a show by any band? The reason is quite simple. We're going to put on a hell of a show. We're going to play amazing songs, and we're going to make everybody have a great time. And I think that's a very, very valid reason to go see Avantasia. And if you don't want to see it, well, you know, some people are not into that type of music. I understand. But if I was into classic heavy metal and speed metal and power metal and classic rock, I would definitely go there because it's going to be also a gathering of some of the greatest singers in the history of rock. I mean, Eric Martin, Jeff Tate, Jon Lander, Ronnie Atkins, Herbie Langhans, Oliver Hartmann. I can sing. And then there's Adrian Cohen. As I said, you will hear her and you will love it. I'm absolutely convinced because she is a wonder of the world. And yes.
Yeah.
I would regret if I wouldn't go there.
Yeah, exactly. We'll let our readers know that. And one last thing, our website is currently celebrating its 18th anniversary. Could you send a message to our staff and to our readers?
Yes, absolutely. Well, Powermetal.cl, I wish you a happy birthday. Congratulations. 18 years, that means now you are allowed to drive. and drink booze and do all those things that make fun. Not drive and drink booze at the same time, but in Germany, when you're 18, you're allowed to make your driver's license and drive on your own, and you're allowed to drink booze, different day than driving, of course, and do all these funny things, and that's what you are allowed to do now. Website, Powermetal.cl. And no, seriously, thank you for supporting handmade, honest music with distorted guitars and amazing vocals and whatever, our beloved type of music. And here's to the next 18.
Yeah, well, Toby, thank you very much for your time and best of luck with the tour, and see you in May.
Thank you.
Yeah, see you.
And have a lovely day.
Yeah, thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.